So where are we starting today? What
Oh,
is the first topic for this? Oh Lord, I haven't even had the chance to watch this yet.
oh my God.
But
So
Adam,
we're
this
gonna
is
get
a
into this,
series, no?
huh?
This is a series. This is not just a one-off,
No, no, no.
right?
It's a one-off.
Oh, it is a one-off. Okay.
Yep, it's absolutely a one-off. And I was talking to your sister when we just went to Publix right before this, and she asked me, "Did you get anything out of it?" And the short answer is no. Um, I honestly didn't. I didn't get anything out of it. I felt like this was, even though we were featured, and thank you, ABC Hulu, um, I felt like this was a very clever way to monetize on a very
On
influential.
Scandal?
Yeah, no, well, I mean, they started it before Scandal, so I think it's not even, like an influential like time or plot or thing that's going on within the like storyline. I think it's more. It was a very clever play to monopolize on a franchise that is just killing it. So good for
Yeah.
them.
You know what though? I mean, listen, this whole season of Vanderpump Rules was supposed to be about this whole Randall Emmett scandal, this whole thing. And that's, I think, when they started to maybe start creating this documentary. And that was all lost because of Scandal. So I think you're trying to, they're trying to make up for whatever, was lost there. But I mean, it is a different network, but
I mean,
you
though,
know,
for Randall, and I know that we'll get into this later, I think that a lot of the takeaways for this, it's something that you and I have seen so many times, Jason, especially living in LA and working at Pump and some of the other places. You see so many people who come from all around the world, right? Like everybody's super transient for the most part. If you find in like an LA native, it's shocking.
yeah, far and few between.
They're far and few between. And a lot of people come from all over the world and they come there with big dreams in order to try to make things happen. And if you look at some of the old interviews of Andy Cohen talking about the housewives, a lot of the housewives, or even Bethany Frankel more recently when she was talking about Kim Zolciak Biermann's divorce from Croy, a lot of the housewives for the longest time were in this fake it until you make it sort of mentality where they would go and exhaust their credit cards and they would spin, spin, spin to look like they had the lifestyle, the cars, like the shoes, the house, the everything in order to be what we classified as a housewife. So this documentary is kind of like a bigger version of that, but for Hollywood, where this guy wanted to be a director, but really he started out as Mark Wahlberg's assistant. And then he kind of like forged his way in there by really heavily focusing on these like indie films with bigger names when you had people like Bruce Willis, Sylvester Stallone, who back in the day, they were making $20 million for a movie, but he was able to kind of book them for a few scenes and like 2 weeks of work for $11 million. So he was doing it a new strategic way where he was getting these really shitty films, but they were so popular everywhere else except for the United States because they had these massive names. So he was still able to make a shit ton of money off of it. But while he was doing that, he was only putting himself further and further in debt. So he was the quintessential fake it until you make it.
I mean, this is just like, the documentary we watched about the Kardashians. And we talked about this last time we did Hot Messy Topics together on how, Spencer and Heidi were saying that they spent so much on credit cards and their friends were spending so much on credit cards because you become accustomed to this lifestyle and people think you have it like that. And then you just have to pretend and fake and fake and fake. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Shaylee said that this is a 3-episode limited series.
What more can we get?
One. Well, there wasn't a lot of Lala in this first one.
It was half of Lala.
Oh, well, I feel like from what Shaylee was telling me right before we came on, there wasn't a lot of things answered. And I think if you would have just left it at that and ended it there, it wouldn't have been great. So I could see it. Also on Hulu, it says season 1, episode 1. So I'm assuming.
Well, I saw that, but I thought Hulu fucked up.
No, Hulu doesn't fuck up like that.
Oh. What does Shaylee know? Damn it. No.
Shaylee is busy.
I know.
Shaylee is busy.
Shaylee's downstairs like, bitch, I'm running my shit. Okay. So let's get back to it though, because the Randall scandal of it all, I thought it was really great to see a few fellow content creators who we know and love, who we're constantly supporting on here. Heather McDonald, David Yontive. There were so many different people who were a part of this documentary, which I thought was really great because you never know, just like when we were speaking before on making cameos with our little like, you know, channel being brought up on Housewives. It's always fun to see new content creators. I've seen Kempire on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, honestly, you can go through the list. Like, you've seen some really great ones. So it's just fun to see, always. But speaking of which, Jason, I wanted to bring this up for a second, just because we have to get down to the bottom of it. Now, Jax Taylor was talking about why he complained about Sandoval to producers when it came to Vanderpump Rules. And he was also talking about Raquel practicing her lines. When he was talking about Sandoval, he's pretty much saying Schwartz and Sandy's is a dying business. Like, sorry, guys, if you don't know, first of all, if you have a secret and you have something you don't want to get out to the world, do not tell Jax Taylor. That is not your best friend. That is a sponge of a human who is going to regurgitate any information and weaponize it against you, because that is Jax Taylor. I was going to say Jax Sandoval, which would make more sense, but he's going to weaponize all of it. And this is exactly what he's doing now. Now, Tom Schwartz has obviously gotten very close to Jax Taylor, but he told him a little too much, like Tom Sandoval is in a lot of trouble with the IRS. Now, is Jax Taylor anyone to say anything about that? Absolutely not. He owed over 1 point whatever million to the IRS.
Hey, maybe he's just speaking from experience. So maybe that's it.
He's speaking from experience, and he paid his tax bill.
I mean, you have to. Or else you're going to jail.
Right.
You've seen this repetitively from Bravo stars.
You have to, but a lot of people sell their homes to do it. They go bankrupt to do it. I mean, where's Erica Girardi? What tax bill is she paying? Where's Kim Zolciak Bierman? What tax bill is she paying?
Time will tell. Time will tell. Time's, you know, not on everyone's side.
But he was saying that Tom Sandoval is in a lot of trouble and he owes the IRS. And he also said that he took out more money than Ariana was aware of against their house that they are getting ready to sell. But my question for you is, Jason, because right now you and I are dealing with realtors, and guys, we cannot wait to share with you. We are going to be providing a whole experience for everybody who wants to travel. We're going to be like the new Call Me the Hilton.
Okay. No, well, we have another business, which is in real estate. So we're constantly dealing with realtors and stuff like that. But what was your question? Call
me Paris Hilton. Throw some respect.
You're not Paris Hilton. No.
Today I am Paris Hilton. No, but my whole point was, Jason and I are navigating this right now. And while we're doing it, our names go on everything. And there's not one thing that Jason can sign without me, and vice versa. So my question is how much credibility can we give to Jax when he's saying that Tom Sandoval was continuously pulling money out behind Ariana's back against their home? Only because if both of their names are on the home, I don't necessarily know if you can do that. But I'm also not a lawyer, so I don't know. I wouldn't imagine that Jason and I own a home together here in Florida, right?